pretty cool video. Hi, my name is Robert Daugherty. I have the pleasure of, or the privilege actually, of serving as Sierra Nevada Corporation's Chief Security Officer. Sierra Nevada Corporation has been around for 60 years. We celebrated our 60th year anniversary last year. So we've been in business for a long time. We are a cleared defense contractor. Everything that you saw in that video is real. None of that was AI, none of that was stock footage. Those are the programs that we support to protect the warfighter and the folks downrange. We're about a 5,000 employee company. We're in 19 different states here in the US. We have subsidiaries and affiliates globally, and we also support operations for DoD globally as well. So we have a lot of people downrange at any given time that we have to protect. We're continuously profitable for decades. We're about $3 billion in revenue this year with about 5,000 employees, I said, and continue to grow. So we're recognized as one of the best integrators for the US Air Force in all of industry. We're also recognized as one of the top 1% of all security programs within the DIB by the DCSA, and have received multiple DCSA Cogswell awards. So if you're familiar with that, it is an extremely hard award to obtain. So I couldn't be more proud of the team and the program that we've built over several years. So why am I up here today besides to talk about SNC? So our journey began back in 2018. So if you're tracking the history of CMMC, it really started with DFAR 7012. That requirement landed in December of 2017. So like most defense contractors at that time, we started to develop a multi-year program to be able to get to full NIST 800-171 compliance over time. We were well on track for that, but in 2019, this new thing called CMMC started to be discussed. Shortly after that, we received our first letter from DCMA DIBCAC that they're going to come on site to perform a high confidence assessment. So this is not voluntary. This is when you get a letter from the US government saying they're going to come on site to do a full assessment inspection of all of your IT information and cybersecurity protections on protecting all the stuff that you saw in that video. So we went through our first one, early 2020, right before all the COVID travel restrictions hit. We didn't get a perfect score to DIBCAC's assessment. To their credit, they found a couple things that we had missed, so we got a 107 out of 110, and then worked on a program to start maturing and picking up those points that we had missed. In that process, we were outsourcing our Security Operations Center, our MSSP, to a well-known commercial provider. And we were not very happy with them. So they didn't have the same mindset that we had as a defense contractor. They moved into global operations, which caused a tremendous amount of problems for us because we had to treat them as contractors in our systems. So we had this crazy idea, what if we were to bring that back in-house? So starting 3 years ago, we set about doing that and building a world-class capability that we have today that we call Defensible. And through that journey, we realized that not only can we protect SNC and all those critical national security programs and our supply chain, which is fairly substantial, we have over 2,000 suppliers, but we can also protect you. So if you are a contractor in here and if you've gone through this process, you know it's difficult to find somebody that thinks like you. We can empathize, we've been there, we have the battle scars to prove it. We've gone through now 2 DIBCAC high confidence assessments. We completed the last one last December and received a 110 out of 110 score. The DIBCAC assessment team was only on site for 2 days. So that usually takes about a week, but to the credit of the gentlemen that are down here in the front, Ryan Nelson and Michael Essie, introduce them real quick. They have all the battle scars. They've been down in the trenches, going through this process with the DIBCAC team to get us that 110 out of 110. So we can share that experience with you. We'd be more than happy to do that. So please hit them up after the end of the mock assessment. But also, we are partnering with Neo Systems. Neo Systems folks are here too. I'd highly recommend that you go talk to them. So there's a big gap for medium-sized companies and small companies. You could be one of those in here today. This partnership can provide those services to you. So they can provide full turnkey CMMC compliant services, and we provide the security to monitor and protect your organization. And for contact information, again, please come see the team here. Stop by the booth, but I think we're probably closing that stuff down here pretty quick. Coming up next, Fernando Machado, and I forgot who the other person is, I apologize. Matt Titcomb with Peak InfoSec are going to come up and walk you through a mock assessment. Thank you.